Hey.
Wow.
Wow. I like the entrance.
Right, I'm going to put my hands up straight away. I feel like a gooseberry.
Oh, you're the odd one out.
Juicy.
A juicy gooseberry.
Mm.
Hi, Ellis.
Hello. How
I
are you?
can't be running. You're just mates. I'm just sitting there and look at you all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen John Beer in a Norwich nightclub. It's amazing.
Okay, now I lean in.
Mm-hmm. John described you two as a prolific duo. Ellis, is that?
Well, so we ended up in a pop world, and the middle-aged women of Norwich could not resist John Beer. It was amazing to see. It was like a moth to a flame. They were like, "Oh, Beer's over here," and just everyone flocked over. We was getting his face touched and everything. It was a bit inappropriate, really.
It was a bit inappropriate at times, actually.
How old are these women?
Gotta be double John's age minimum.
Oh, and the rest. Yeah.
I don't like this.
Well,
So what were they doing?
Well, it needs to be seen that John wasn't saying no. So
Whoa. Yes, I was.
Bet he bloody was
bet he's
loving it.
gonna,
Yeah.
I
Peacocking.
had my face grabbed, much like a child would have his face. If you had a chubby little child, you just grabbed him by the face. That's what I was having my face
By
grabbed. By.
who? Were they out for a night? Like a night
Random
out?
women on a night out, yeah, that probably had like family and kids.
Right.
go
I
home
want to
to.
talk to a random middle-aged woman, and I want to find out what's going on in their minds.
Yeah. What about you is drawing them?
What did you witness, Ellis? Welcome, Ellis. But
hello. This is an Exeter City podcast. I'm
You got it.
Here.
Oh dear.
There wasn't any like to be fair to Johnny, he wasn't reciprocating the touching, but he wasn't also saying no to the touching, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
teaser.
Yeah. That is
God.
John Beer. He's a big teaser.
Yeah.
Oh dear, what's going on?
Is your nan gonna like this, John?
Yeah, she won't mind. I just
Been her in
think.
Pop World.
Right, enough. No, it was odd. Like, it's not something that, it depends. I don't really go to those kind of venues when I go out, but we've been to places like Walkabout, which are prone to middle-aged women, and the same thing has happened before. Yes, maybe I don't know.
What's going on with those middle-aged women?
Yeah,
Because
why can't it be a compliment to me, not what's wrong with them?
I'm not saying what's wrong with them. I'm like, nothing's wrong with them. Like, why are you in a club in your 40s?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, you're there to dance, but why are you touching a 21-year-old?
22.
22.
22.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't know, but it's not even a confidence booster. It's just a bit like, okay, thank you. Bit weird.
Oh, because you already know you're that good looking. You don't need your confidence booster.
Yeah. Can't get any bigger.
Ellis,
Yeah, you can't boost this ego.
under the nightclub lights, does John look stunning?
Yeah, he's a good looking lad, isn't he? He is a good looking lad. So he
Stop it, boys.
he did well for himself. Like, in terms of just he stood out, and then the standard of us Norwich lads isn't overly high. So it's
He was a bit of foreign fruit, wasn't he? Being imported from abroad.
Portuguese pear.
Oh. Fresh for the picking. Lovely.
Jesus Christ.
Lovely ripe fruit.
Let's just put it this way. I wouldn't entertain any middle-aged women if you're listening. No offense to middle-aged women. Just, focus on your family.
What sort of women would you entertain?
What do they like about you? You're more stuck in the mud than a 45-year-old man.
What?
Focus on your family.
What do you mean stuck in? No. Let's elaborate on that. What do you mean by stuck in the mud?
You're very serious.
Yeah, but a good example of this is yesterday I made one joke about Plymouth being bigger than Exeter, which I obviously, hello Exeter fans, I don't have a horse in the race, but John was fuming about it and went off on Leeds, and he lost his head for a solid hour. It was amazing.
Yep, because you're wrong.
I don't care.
Wait, no, he's not. Is he wrong?
Oh,
I love Exeter.
Not get into the logistics.
I love Exeter, but
yeah,
Plymouth
really.
are bigger, aren't they? They've got like a bigger stadium and more fans.
And success.
Yeah, I guess we're not getting into this. We're not getting into this. Not today, because I will lose my head.
But people don't know, Ellis, you've been to a lot of grounds, haven't you? Football grounds.
Yes.
Have you been to
I have.
Plymouth?
I've never done Plymouth or Exeter. I need to do both. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've done. Obviously, I've seen them both live. I've been to 3 Exeter games. Every time there was absolute fan meltdowns. It was amazing. But I've never done. I've seen Plymouth at Wembley. I think they lost to Wimbledon.
Yeah,
So
great.
I've never been. Yeah,
I'd love to get your view on Exeter's ground.
it's called the Big Bank, isn't it? The Big Stand. If we
The
were
bit
watching,
I want you to focus on is the gap.
Yeah,
yes.
we watched the game. We watched the Bristol Rovers game together, me and Ellis, and he did point out the big gap.
I also pointed out the fact the stand isn't centralized. That really annoyed me. Like it's like not central. That it doesn't. It's not symmetrical to the lines.
Yeah,
really
why would they do that?
Why is David putting up his hands up like? That's what I was thinking.
Because
if it could be central, it would be central.
It can be central.
No, it
Move
can't.
the
Because
bloody
there's
line.
no room. There's no room. There's no room in behind.
Shove it a meter.
Yeah, it's literally about a meter or two. It's a farce.
Nah, you guys are being ridiculous. Just grow up, all right? You can't move. Move on. There's a train track in behind. How many more times have I got to say that?
You were very big on the train track. You were very big on the train track.
And that bloody caravan. Well, John doesn't let me have a go at the caravan sponsor because there are sponsors apparently. I don't see any of the money. So I don't know why I can't.
You could do something lovely there, John, with some trees, lovely trees or flower beds.
Yeah.
Not those bloody
cardboard cutouts.
But a tree would be quite dangerous to run into, whereas like a flat sign.
And a train track's all right.
No, well that's why the signs are there to stop people running off into the train track.
Is that why they're there?
No, there's a jungle path in behind. Stop taking everything so literally.
What's a jungle path? What does that mean?
To be honest, I don't know why I don't think it is a jungle path. It's called the jungle path, but it's just like a little slim alley that goes down to a little pub.
Lovely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, good.
So in answer to your question, there's no pissing room. Shut up about the gap. Next.
There's loads of room. There's a huge gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap. Big lot of room.
I feel like that gap can be filled with something.
Yeah,
surely.
I feel like I have to be so tentative around this gap when I'm talking to you.
Why? Say what you want.
So defensive over
my head off. I just want to talk about the gap and talk about what we can do.
Talk about it freely. I'll pop my mic on mute, and you guys have a little discussion about what you guys feel would be best to slot into the gap.
Okay, and you won't unmute.
I won't unmute until you're done with the gap talk. 3, 2, 1. John's leaving the pod.
Thank God for that. God, it's so much better now, isn't it?
Yeah. Does anyone think John's extra prickly at the minute?
I said this to him yesterday. He was getting it was quite a shame. It's a shame to see. I've not known him very long, but the John I knew a month ago had a smile on his face, is all I'll say.
It's the football club. Anyway, what's going in the gap? David, you must have an idea of what could go in the gap.
Fir trees.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Evergreens.
It would be, and it's also environmentally friendly. Let's get some trees there. I think.
Fill it up, lovely and green and bushy.
What if the ball? Maybe a net. You'd have to have like a net covering them in case the ball goes in.
You would get tin pot shouts for the net as well.
You can't have a net or a fence.
Oh, John, you're on mute, aren't you?
Why can't you have a net?
I think because of the Hillsborough stuff, I don't think you can have nets or fences at football grounds anymore.
What, covering a tree? There's not going to be any fans there. Just covering some trees.
Right. So, but what's the point of discussing the gap then if you're not going to use it for something purposeful? Why? But surely it's
because you're saying you can't have fans in there. Let's put something in there because at the minute
there is
it's an eyesore.
Advertising.
It is an eyesore. Yeah, it's a really bad eyesore.
But there's advertising.
There's no point in them. What is an advertiser gaining from advertising that Exeter City Football Club?
No, right. No, that's going to really piss John off.
Yeah, I'm just.
I couldn't tell you what the yellow caravan's advertising.
Yeah.
Could you, John? Could you?
Yeah, actually, because you love our sponsors so much, John. Please, let's give him some airtime. What's the caravan? Doesn't know.
No, I'm on mute for this part of the meeting.
I thought you loved our sponsors.
Yeah.
You guys come up with some agenda items and some minutes, and then we'll send it off to the club with some stupid suggestions, and then we can all have a little laugh about it.
Give me one company that's being advertised.
Vosper's car rental.
Hey, Vosper's car rental. Thank you very much.
That's proper talk sport, isn't it?
It might not be Vosper's anymore, actually.
It
don't
might
know.
not be Vosper's anymore.
I've
Fucking hell.
stared at those advertising hoardings for 22 years of my life. They've
Depressing.
changed. Right, let's not mock my life now.
No, I've stared at them for 3.5.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. You've been on the wrong side.
Oh yeah.
You don't even have to look at the bloody gap.
You get to look at the Heritage Lounge and all the food.